Grand Risings, Grand Risings. Thank God for another day, no complaining, no crying. It's Papa Stretch, your host from the East Coast, on the West Side of the greatest and the most informative podcast on the internet. Dad Chat TV, DADCHAT TV. For those who, might not learn how to spell yet in life, it's okay, it's all right, you know what I mean? We all are good at some things and worse at others. But we back here with another one, like no other one. Yes, I am my granddaddy's favorite grandson. Just messing with y'all. But we here on Dad Chat TV. It's Papa Stretch. You know what I'm saying? Hashtag New York for president. Hashtag stepfathers don't matter. Her words, not mine. Baisley Boulevard has been turned up lately. There's a lot of traffic, a lot of noise, but y'all gonna hear me regardless. Check the shirt out, check the fit, you know what I'm saying? You know what we doing? What we gonna talk about today is masculinity from men, which needs to seep down to our sons. As y'all tell y'all, this is for all fathers of all capacities. But I'd be lying if I didn't give y'all my standpoint on certain things. I don't have any hatred. I don't wish no death or nothing harmful upon any people of the alternative lifestyle community. Shout outs to both my aunts. I got two aunts that, you know what I mean? They love their same sex, if that's how the respectful way I can say it. Even those who are out there as men. Not my lifestyle, not something I agree with, but not something I hate anyone for. Are there still fathers who are homosexual and are good fathers and can be good fathers? Sure, I believe so. My mind have grown a lot from the past. But no matter what it is a person lays down with at night, which is their personal business, fatherhood comes with masculinity. There is no ifs, ands, or buts, no way around it. No matter what you want to make it to be or make it seem like it is or it is, it comes with masculinity. And a lot of that is being lacked in the fatherhood situations of today. Hence, what we're going to talk about the topic is John Madden, the video game. Game I played since a child. Shout outs to Game Day for those of y'all old enough to remember Game Day was a popular one. But Madden has always been the top of the league. I'm not sure of the player's name because I've kind of been out of sports for a while. But they now have a player who is showing himself with nail polish on the cover. Unless you're in a movie or a play or something, as a man or something of the theater-ish or the acting arts, I don't care how fly it is, how people think it is, no disrespect to nobody, you know what I'm saying, it's my opinion. There's no masculinity in it. You ain't getting some clear polish to make sure your nails stay strong and, you know what I mean? All that color stuff, I don't care how they shape or form. I'm not saying anybody is of the alternative lifestyle if they do, because that doesn't guarantee anything. I know nothing nobody wears or dresses, you know? But for us trying to be fathers, there's no way it makes sense in the realm of fatherhood. Now, people are prosecuting and trying to persecute Lil Boosie Badazz, for his stance on it and speaking out against it. With Boosie, I commend you. Hopefully one day I can get you on Dad Chat TV. Because what they're trying to promote in our young men is the reason why these young men are so emotional, so quick to react, not wanting to stand up and do the things they're supposed to do for themselves, for their families, for their children, outside of paying, a dollar here and there and buying nice clothes and stuff. How can a man teach another man masculinity if he possesses none? How can a man teach his young men masculinity when it's being distorted and clouded to be looked at as femininity? Men, for the most part, we have estrogen, and we have some feminine ways, I guess you could say, due to the world we live in. Mothers, aunts, things you can't get away from. Two people make one human, the man and the woman, for the girl and the boy. But these women complain about having to raise somebody else's son or all this, that, and the third. However, they're on the side of society pushing more of a feminine way on young men. And when the end result gets here, the world complains about it. It's cool when you're young or, you're under 27, 15, 14, 9, and you're doing all the little feminine. Looks cute. What happens when you're 40 and 50? When these young men don't know how to put a dresser together, or their kids a little desk seat, but he knows how to paint his nails. It has to make sense, and it doesn't at this point. Not only does it not make sense, once again, we demean and we bash the men who out there who are willing to speak about it because they don't agree. If people could speak on it and say they do agree with it and they have the right, how is it we don't have the right? Pardon y'all real quick. I'm on my porch, my mama porch. It's one of the next door neighbors. Pardon me. We don't do no editing, everything raw dog and shit over here. That's how you become a father. However, back to what I'm saying. We can't allow people to speak against the heterosexual or the masculine man and not give us a place for us to speak. Because the moment we speak up, as Boosie and others and myself, we're bashers, we're haters, we're envious, we're secret this, we're closeted this, and all these weird names they want to point you because you have an opinion about something you don't agree with. When people are having their opinion about who we are and they don't agree how we see it. I have a nephew, God willing, I'll have a son. I have multiple nephews, I should say, excuse me. And I'll be damned if my sisters are going to be pushing that on them. And I ain't going to say nothing about it. So, something got to give, man. They can't expect us to be fathers, but keep cutting us at the legs and how to be a father and what we should be with a father and talk about a father and all this other stuff. There's no way it's their right. And then once again, we'll bash us when these young men don't come out right. And they want to shoot up everything at 12 and 14. Or they don't know how to do what the mama's going to expect from a man in life. But he doesn't have to do it or be that way. Once he knows how to clean or cook, right? That's what these women are worried about, trying to build a man out of. Not about masculine ways. Dressing like a man. Duck yourself like a man. It's one thing to be in the fashion world and be a little fashion Easter and step out the box sometimes. I'm not mad at it. I try my best to step out the box sometimes and come in fashion. Not to a certain extent, but, you know what I mean? Who am I? But some things are just way beyond us. Weird spandexy halter tops, no. Nails painted, no. Respectfully to go through, hey, I'm sorry. Colored dyed hair, no. Okay? Dresses, sorry to say it, no. It just has to be said. That's why here at Dad Chat TV, Papa Shred said this is a platform for us men who want to talk about things as a father without the world trying to tear us down and feel like we ain't got nowhere to go. It could be our own little private sector to where we can come voice in. Maybe the world will see it and have their comments and all that good stuff under. But when you come on the podcast and you speak in front of my camera, there will be no fatherhood bashing. whether he feels some way about, like I said, big mama or something about going on with his kids. We're not doing that over here. Ain't none of that weird cliche or these blanket statements they want to throw on us whenever we don't agree with something they got going on. That's plain and simple. Boosie, once again, I commend you. I'm behind you. I agree with you wholeheartedly, and there's a lot of other fathers out there who also do, but are afraid to say so. And we can't be that no more. Them days are over. The fear, there's no need no more. They ready and broke us down to the lowest possible part of the totem pole. They're ready to silence us and taking our voices away and threaten to cancel us or ruin us financially every other way. If we speak up, we ain't afraid of that no more. Only God can take it all from us. Man can help destroy it, but it's up to God whether I'm supposed to have it or not and continue to have it or will ever get it again after men figured out its way. For all the men, even, once again, some of the men out there of the alternative lifestyle, who are still very masculine men and understand masculinity and fatherhood, I commend and respect you and give y'all the utmost. Because y'all choose to live your life and be truthful to how you feel and what you're into, which is completely fine. But y'all understand the place of a man. The sexuality, what he lays with, is his personal business. At the end of the day, it isn't for nobody to like or not like. And when it comes to fatherhood, that's a whole other ball game that even alternative lifestyle fathers have a right to speak upon. Okay? A lot of them that will be man enough to tell you their sexuality has nothing to do with them being a man. It's what they are attracted to, what they personally like. It isn't about I'm less of a man. That's what we gotta focus on. You know what I mean? That's the trick. So, little Boosie or the other fathers out there, even alternative lifestyle that agrees with us, men, we have to stand up. Fatherhood is important. Once again, who we love and who we lay down with has nothing to do with fatherhood. That's a personal choice. Fatherhood comes with responsibility, masculinity, strength, guidance, leadership, all of the above. With that being said, this is Dad Chat TV, DADCHAT TV, PAP_stretch 71 on Instagram and TikTok. Fathers, tap in. Good, bad comments, like, subscribe, hype, all of that. Some of my new videos probably gonna have my intro on it because my bro who be doing it, he's a little out commission, got a lot going on, but we still gonna get the message out. With that being said, I love you guys, man. Boosie, shout out to you for being the one to say it.